everybody, it's Felicity back here again with another project for Hip Kit Club, bit tongue-tied there, using the July kit from 2017. I don't know how many projects I'm up to here, maybe, I think it's my 4th layout and I've done 2 Project Life, so 6, I guess. Anyway, there's still tons and tons of product left, as you can see. I love Hip Kits, it's just chockers. Right, let's get onto it. Right. Now, for this page, I was given the task to use alpha stickers. And to be honest, I was a bit out of my depth because if you guys actually look back at a lot of my work, you'll actually see that I probably don't use a lot of alpha stickers. Weird, I know. Because I find my pages end up quite busy with mixed media. As you can see here, mixed media first, using the shimmers from the colour kit. And now I'm just starting to work out what I'm going to do. And for some reason, when I go to add in, and I try add in a big title, it just looks busy, or I'm just like, where am I going to put this? It's going to end up, not balanced, or yeah. And of course, there's always a ton of exclusive alphas in the Hip Kits. So I always admire them, and in some ways I kind of love them so much that I'm kind of like, I'll just stash them away for something else, and that never comes. Anyway, I was kind of excited that I was given this because I was pushed out of my comfort zone, right? And I did stall a lot on this page, and I stopped and I started and I walked away, and then in the very end I just couldn't get it together. I turned the camera off and I seemed to get it together with the camera off. So I apologize, but you get most of it. Yeah, I was just out of my depth. But it's a good thing because I guess what I did was, I guess it comes back to your mind and how you think about it. And so what I kind of had to do, and you can see here, I did have the idea of just putting the title, because it's a photo, my daughter's 2nd birthday back in April, of having the title just underneath it, but I just couldn't get it balanced right. It just didn't look right. And as I said, I'm not used to doing something like this, so it did take me quite a while to figure it out. So eventually, instead of telling myself it's too hard, I can't do this, it's not nice, my page is not coming together, I had to stop all that silly talk and tell myself what I can actually do is get the title to be part of my embellishment cluster as such. And that did take a bit for me to come to that and to work it out correctly. So in the end, and you'll see further on here, I end up using a paper, exclusive paper in the kit from one of the designers. I'm not even going to try and say a name because I say it incorrectly. So I cut the paper into a triangle there on the right and put it down. And still I had the title how it was, and I couldn't get it to balance and couldn't get it to look right. I walked away, came back, and believe it or not, as simple as this page actually looks, it took me 3 days on and off. I mean, I was looking after kids and mum life and mother life and wife life and farm life and all that kind of jazz. But it was because I was out of my comfort zone. But as I said again, it's a good thing, right? So what I decided then was like, let's get these big titles to work as part of my embellishment cluster, like a big light bulb moment. Hello. So I end up adding to my, well, I wouldn't even call it a title. I would call it a sentence, I suppose, more than anything else. And I end up putting that, after I stuck it down with glue, per normal to me, on the triangle. And you will see, which I didn't get on camera because, as I said, like I was getting frustrated and I kind of felt like I was a bit camera shy. I don't know. Never done that before. That's kind of how I felt. Yeah, so that triangle cluster, I end up filling that up with my title. And it seems to balance really well. Like, I was pretty stoked with it, actually. And then, of course, I use some of the cardstock from the cardstock kit and I back it. I used some blue machine stitching to hold it down, which I managed to have the right coloured thread to match the blue alphas there that are exclusive. So it was pretty exciting. So that's kind of how I got to it, I suppose, in a roundabout way with my title, how I got around it. But it does kind of make me want to use more of these alphas and big titles more often. I just need to push myself, and it might take me a little while again if I do another page straight away with a big long title and alphas, but it's fun and it's part of the process of just being creative, and another way just to release feelings, emotions, stress, anxiety, all that stuff. So yeah, but another little trick here that I did was some of those exclusive puffy stickers that Kim Watson designed. I backed it onto some cardstock because I wasn't sure where I was going to put it, and it also allowed me to put on 3D dots, and then just cut around the sticker that I stuck on the cardstock, and it made it easier for me. The raindrops I cut out of the exclusive paper there, which you saw at the beginning. I end up leaving those. Yeah, so there's just lots of little things, I suppose, that I did. But that's probably the main thing that I did off camera, was the title. Just moved it and fixed it up that way, so that was really good. But yeah, I was happy with it in the end. So yeah, and again, like you can see, I don't actually put a lot of glue down because I do know that I'm going to machine stitch, and I don't like my sewing machine needle going through a ton of adhesive, because I find then that the needle gets a bit clogged up, and then I've got to replace needles, and I don't have a lot of needles, which I probably should buy more needles, thinking about that actually. And I need to oil my sewing machine. Yeah, so you can see here our hands in the air. I was starting to get a bit frustrated. I couldn't get it to balance. I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but maybe I'm too hard on myself, but I just couldn't get it to sit right. I was in Struggle Street. And then yeah, I just add in some of those really cute, what are they? They're like a cardstock dot, I suppose. But yeah, you can see the embellishment pack. I just add bits and pieces in. Yeah, and originally here with, I was thinking of hand stitching a lot, but I opted out of that. I was like, no, you do that on every single page, do something different. But anyway, I'm nearing the end here, guys, now. So if you've got any questions, leave me a comment. I'll leave links to blogs below, and I'll see you in my next video.